Let's do it, everybody. Yo, we're gonna go ahead and get this started. By the way, just so you know, you're not asking me questions. I'm Next Gen. This is Nissus. He'll be helping me out. Yo, so why don't we go down the line and introduce ourselves? How it's gonna go is we're gonna do some questions. Then, like we did yesterday, we're gonna talk about some works in progresses maybe. And then if we have some time at the end, you guys can talk about a few stories. There's a lot more of you, so you know. And that's how we'll do it. There should be a mic. Give it to Odyssey. Chris, you don't get the mic. You don't get the mic. So, and to go down the line and introduce yourself to the guys.
Good morning, I am the Living Tombstone. Yeah! No, I'm actually Yerby Brony. I performed at like 1 o'clock last night. What was the question again?
Introduce yourself.
I'm from California. I was the first person to make horse music for this generation. And it kind of exploded into this thing, and I'm still doing the thing, and I'm not sure what I keep doing with the thing, but that's just how it is.
You're Asian, you don't get to go. Skip.
Hello, I'm Philly Poo. I'm hashtag horse famous. So yeah.
You don't have to have the thing.
Okay, I'm gonna pass the mic to someone who's actually horse famous. All right, I'm Paul of Knife Pony, and as you can see here, we're actually horse famous. So, yeah.
I'm Chris from Knife Pony. I'm also horse famous. I'm more horse famous than Paul.
I'm Jeff Burgess, and if anybody here wants, I've got some bologna sandwiches. I know it's morning, we had fun last night, and you know, yeah, here you go. Yeah, anybody else? Anyone else?
Dude, this is really good. Wait, is it my turn? Oh, hey, my name is S'mores. Hi. I make music. Love horns. Yeah, I played last night. So, I love you guys. I really do.
Hey, I'm Aftermath. I also make ponies. And I make twins. Yeah.
Oh wait, I forgot to do a joke. I give up. No, what? No, I'm changeling, and I like wear boxes and stuff. I don't know, I pressed play last night, so yeah! Wait. Here. I'm Mogul Dash. I'm the convention drunkard. I make ambient electronic EDM music, and I opened last night. So thank you to everyone who showed up for my set. That was awesome.
Hi, I'm Aoshi. I'm a rapper and I make experimental electronic. So it didn't go over too well on Friday night, but last night with S'mores was really good. So.
I'm Sonic Breakbeat. I make EDM and drum and bass. Yeah.
I'm Seventh Element. I make lots of things.
I ship you with Kill Paris. Whoa.
What?
It's like 80s stuff.
Yeah, I do 80s things. And I do other EDM things. And apparently I do post-rock and ambient and orchestral. Yeah. Yeah.
Sup nerds, it's green tinted goggles, and I had a Luna on my head.
That's rude.
I make prog and electro house. I like the color green, and for any of you who were at my set last night, you guys are troopers because you all are also insane. So thank you for listening to my half set.
All right, guys, we're going to be starting off with some questions. We're going to go down the line. Unless you want to ask a specific person a question, raise your hand if you want to do a question. I'll pass you the mic. This guy raised his hand first. I'm coming for you next.
I'm gonna softball this. Heavy bass, ponies. Why?
Heavy bass, comma, ponies. Oh wait, no, colon. I don't know my punctuation. Heavy bass, ponies. Why?
I'm gonna field this question to somebody else. I have no idea.
because why not?
I think we're all in agreement there. Yeah.
I'll accompany it with a soft.
Let's do that. Let's have people line up in the middle. And if you got a question, line up in the middle, like right here, right here. No? Oh, right, yeah, no. See, Odyssey, look, you're talking bad ideas. You can't do that. You have to be the role model here.
Now that we've pointed out the camera, then that ruins the whole illusion.
I'm on. Are we horse famous yet?
Exactly. So we'll continue going around. Fake. No, this guy. Yo, what's your question, dude?
So, this is for S'mores, who's not looking, cause Yo, so, how do you do that side reel compression, bro? How do you do that?
Side reel? You mean like side chain?
No,
Parallel?
side reel compression, dude. How do you,
Wait, sorry, that's not like a thing.
It actually,
Wait, what?
alright, it actually is, but
Did you
parallel
ask, like, a
compression,
little question?
parallel. Do the parallel.
Parallel compression.
Parallel compression?
How do you compress?
Like,
Elements
next
compression.
check, next check. Yo, like take, I mean like, how, like bus like return track like compression and stuff? You just make like a return track and put a compressor on it. Like that's it. And then you just bust it out to your tracks. Yes, and that too, just like put that on with the compressor because it'll like work better.
Parallel heels.
Yeah, well I just use the Ableton compressor because it has like a sidechain thing, so yeah.
Okay, so with Logic, what you do is you put in the you put a compressor on there, and then you literally just go to the up right hand corner and click sidechain. You can adjust what you want sidechain to. Pretty easy, sure.
That's actually about how I used to do it. I also recently got the X-First sidechain tool, which basically just kind of does all that for you. It's not cheap, it's not free, but it actually sounds really good, and a lot of people use it. Like Data Life uses it, Deadmau5 uses it. Really simple. It sends out this MIDI information, which I haven't really been able to tap yet, but super good. If you got money and you don't feel like using the free stuff built into your DAW for whatever reason, you're free to use that. I actually prefer the Expert. What?
You're not free to use that. It's not free.
Well, I paid for it, so it's mine now.
He's free to use it. Well, you're free to use it.
Will I steal? Yes. But don't do that because that's bad. Always buy your stuff.
Remember, the more sidechain you use, the better and more famous you'll become, so do that.
So one thing I've noticed is that a lot of the more better known Roni musicians are also performers. I was wondering how important you think it is for a Roni musician to be a performer in order to get better well known.
It depends on what you're looking for. There are plenty of musicians who are really very well known for their production and little else, and that's absolutely fine. There are some people who have, very high numbers, if that's what you're looking for, who have never set foot on stage. And there are plenty of people with sort of lower numbers who are very well established in the convention scene. It doesn't matter. Horse fame is a crock. It's just not worth it in and of itself. You define your own success. If you want the numbers, that's fine. If you want to be known by people, that's fine. If you just want to put music out there that people enjoy, that's also on you. Performance. Now, as for performance, it's always a good thing to learn. Sorry, I'm kind of going off on this. I'm not like ticked at you or anything. Like, performance is good to learn simply just for the sake of if you want to get your stuff out there. It takes a while to know how you want to perform stuff. You don't have to DJ. You don't have to do controllers. I would encourage learning something that involves some skill to actually manipulate the music on stage. But it's really up to you. Just as long as you know. No. Hey. No, what? What? Hey. You know what? No. DJing actually takes some moderate skill and actual work and effort, even if it's just beforehand. But you define your performance. Really, what do you want to do and how do you want to do it? Just lay that out and make sure that, is it interesting? Are other people like, oh, that's a really cool idea? You just got to set it up for yourself.
a question for all of you. How much music theory knowledge do each of you have? How much music theory knowledge do each of you have when it comes to actually writing music?
I took a couple classes in college. I took piano lessons as a kid. Not much. I can read treble clef with a couple of sharps sometimes. And that's kind of it.
Well, in terms of music theory. Yeah, well, I'm getting my music degree next year, so I know my stuff, so I should have more subscribers like
I know none whatsoever. Everything I do is by ear, so I'm just lucky.
Okay, I'm just gonna toot my own horn for a second. I've played piano since I was 5, played trombone in 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, played guitar for 8 years, and I'm taking music theory classes. So I know how to use music theory to how to use it, but I think it takes a balance of knowing music theory and knowing how to use it. You can't just say, okay, I know how to write this, but it might not sound musically terrible. But people like Paul who don't know music theory. They can still make good stuff, but it's just a really helpful tool to know where to start from, where to end with. So that's my.
I'm gonna toot my own horn for a minute. I've played guitar for 12 years, saxophone for 10, and piano for 5. And I have a significant knowledge of musical theory, but it's not what the theory is. It's what you do with it.
Yo, yeah, I've been playing piano since I was 5 too, actually. Thanks for taking my response. Yeah. No, I grew up on classical music and stuff, like Frank Sinatra, so it's kind of my roots. But learned to play piano or guitar at 12 because I was in bands and stuff before. Yeah, it's on, dude. I'm talking. Hey, what's up? Dude, I don't know. Yeah, no, music theory helps a lot because if you're stuck on making melodies and it does help to make really more in depth complex chords and whatever. You can have really simple one line melody, but knowing music theory you could make some really complex stuff. Yeah. Okay, that's it.
Yeah, I know pretty basic music theory, but when I'm making music, I usually don't actually think about it. I just kind of do whatever. I don't think a lot about music theory. A lot of times, I'll be doing something, and apparently there's a name for that in music theory, but I don't really know what it is. It's not super important if you have an ear for it, honestly. But I mean, you might be able to do some cool stuff if you think about it actively. But I don't really do that.
I have nothing. I don't know anything. I have nothing. Everything that I've ever made, I literally throw it to Sonic, and I'm like, dude, did I screw this up? What did I do? Does this sound like junk? I don't know. But that's it.
Yeah, I don't know any theory either. I played trumpet for 4 years, so I can read music, but that's pretty much it. A lot of musicians tell me my bass lines are weird and don't make sense, but Taps tells me that a lot, but he says I've gotten better. So you don't really need to know theory, but it definitely does help.
It helps for sure. It never hurts to know your craft.
Yep.
But, as an addendum, it depends on the genre of music you're making. Some genres of music you might be better, not better off, but you might fare pretty well without theory. But in some cases, classical, if you're trying to write a fugue and you don't know your ones from your butt.
Or what a fugue is.
Yeah, I don't really know music theory. I started out listening to musicians like Aphex Twin and Venetian Snares, and so my music is a lot of chaos, and it's a lot of refining. So sometimes I spend 4 days doing absolutely nothing, over and over and over again, and just hate my work. But then people online seem to like it, so I don't know.
I didn't take any classes in music theory.
but I was in band for most of school, and I played guitar for about 4 years. But I also think that music theory isn't important for certain genres. Like, big room house is just click, 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 you know. Shots fired.
So I've been playing piano since I was like 6, and as a result, I learned some music theory, and I cried a lot. As a result, I forgot most of it. So I just kind of wing it most of the time. But if I need to learn something extra, I try really hard to remember or look it up. Google is a wonderful thing.
Okay, let's see. I took like what, five years of piano lessons from when I was starting in like 4th grade. I was in band throughout all high school, and I'm still playing in college. I actually was a music ed major for the first 2 years when I was in school, so I took a lot of music theory classes, it's all really good. And then I ended up realizing that wasn't for me. But anyways, agreeing with everybody else said here, music theory is really, really good to know. Not completely necessary, but it helps. It helps you understand what you're doing and why your music sounds good when it does.
I actually want to answer this question because all of you are like, oh, I don't know music theory, but I played this and I played this. I have done absolutely nothing. And Paul will be like, look at these chords. And I'm like, what are chords? I don't know what this is. I'm like, what is chord progression? What is chord progression? What is sidechaining? What is this mixing that you're talking about? Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you. No, like, I absolutely know nothing. You give me tracks, don't tell me anything about them, just let me listen to them, and I'll rap to them. That was it. I don't know anything at all. What y'all mean? Everything. Just don't know.
If Tony wasn't around, would you still be making music? Would you still be? Would it still be the same type? And the other thing is how long does it take you to build a song?
Those are two questions that could take a while. Okay, we'll start with the first
Okay.
question,
All right. I've been making electronic music since 2008, so I've been making music before Ponies, given it was awful, but you know. And how long it takes me to make songs depends on the genre. It can be anywhere from like 2 hours to 10 hours, but apparently I'm fast, and yeah, nobody. It's because I'm lazy and I don't care. You guys actually try, and I give you props.
Quick answers, gents. Quick answers.
Would I be still doing music if there were no ponies? Yeah, I mean, I've been doing music for so long. I love it. Got an electronic in like 2010, around the same time. But yeah, definitely be still doing it. And how long it takes me to finish a track? Oh God, weeks, days to weeks to months to years, maybe. Depends.
Yeah, I as well, what was I gonna say? I as well have been making music like before Ponies, like at least a year or two before Ponies. And yeah, it takes anywhere between like a week to 6 months for me to finish a track.
Okay, before the show came about, I had been creating music for 13 years. So I have this huge collection. What was the other? On the track that I modeled after like the Glitch Mob, 21, No One to Hit, No One to Hold. It was about 100 hours. It was about like 20 minutes of actual composition, and then like the rest was all mastering.
Dedication. So I had not been making music prior to My Little Pony. Taps ultimately inspired me to start making music. And depending on the song, it usually takes anywhere from 10 to 30 hours for me to make a song. And most of that is just me having the DAW open and staring at the project until I can figure out what to do. So.
As far as making music, I DJ, so I just started making music like 6 months ago, which is why I bug Sonic so much. He loves it. Oh, he's not kidding about that 6 months thing, because he constantly links me the progress songs every day, all 6 months, Sonic. But would I be doing this if it wasn't for ponies? I don't think I would. Like, I think that's what made me do it, and it just escalated from there. So.
Yeah, if the fandom just like stopped today, I would keep on making music, but I don't think I love doing it, but I don't think I ever would have started without the fandom. So, yeah, and as for how long it takes me to make a song, like sometimes like, if anyone knows, I like to do like fast remixes when a new song comes out a lot, and so sometimes those will take me like 8 hours or like 9 hours or something over the course of a day or two. And then sometimes for other songs, I'll spend like a really long time because I know there's no set deadline. So that could be like anywhere from like 20 to 50.
Like I've been making music like way before the fandom too. So I mean, like if the fandom like stopped as well, I think I would still make music. Like I make music under Malix, which I like dropped a bunch of tunes last night. I mean, like I'll still make Pony, and I mean if like the fandom just like stopped, I mean I'd probably just find like some other like I don't know excuse to make music. I don't know like, but I don't know. It doesn't like I don't know. It depends on the song or like genre. Sometimes like waiting for vocals or just like really trying to work on the mix, like production, like composition of the track could be like really quick. Like I made a track in the hotel, I didn't play it, but I mean it's stuff like that. It's like spur of the moment, like on the whim type stuff. But like I'll spend maybe like a week making a track and like a month mixing it down just to get it sound good. And I don't know, like yeah, but yeah.
I think a lot of the people who make music right now, myself included, have been doing it before Ponies, and I'm sure we would all still be doing it if Ponies had never happened, but I took a little time travel ride last night after the rave, and I went back and I looked at my first song that was featured on Equestria Daily, and I looked at the songs it was featured with, and you know, musicians, they always joke like, oh my God, no, don't listen to my old stuff, it's bad, but we were really bad back then. We were not good, and what's interesting to me is that if Ponies weren't here, we would all still probably be bad, because within the Brony music community, we have a culture unlike most music communities where we're all about each other and collaboration and everybody getting better. So I think we would all still be doing music, but we would not have improved in such a short time as much as we did. And sometimes it takes me like a day to make a song, and sometimes it takes me a year.
Just speaking for myself, I know that I was actually inspired by Skrillex to actually like, get into EDM. I accidentally downloaded his first EP and no. Okay. So I'd gone to like Brazil for a trip for something, and some people could listen to it. I'm like, okay, I'll check him out. It sounds weird. And then like I listened to I think Effing Die or something, and it sounded like some people like gently introduced it. I was like hit on it with like a sledgehammer in my head, and it was good. And it took a while to get used to it, but then I started like going into more and more. I'm like, I want to start learning how to make this. And then I met Paul, and then we started making stuff like a year ago or something. But I think.
Well, I've been into dance music my entire life. I can remember being like 7, 8 years old playing Dance Dance Revolution. That's what really got me into it. Yeah. And because of that, I got into Hands Up and trance and everything. And so about 2 years ago, I started making music. I was just curious as if I could do it. And about a year ago, Knife Pony started, so in addition to Knife Pony, I work on my own stuff, so yes, I would definitely...
Still really good. Check that out too.
Thank you, Chris. So yes, I would still be doing music if it weren't for the fandom, and the time it takes me to finish a track, well, the track that I have with Travis and Next Gen, it's right there, Next Gen. as of right now, FL Studio has me clocked in at 31 hours, and it's still not done. I still have some tweaking to do. Yeah, the mix needs to be tweaked just a little bit. So from about 20 to 30 hours usually per track.
First question again? Before Ponies, I actually was getting really into cheesy K-dramas because my mom was always watching it. And in the beginning, like, they would always have this piano, like, that would always play, and it's like that kind of cheesy, trying to make you cry, but not really there style. And I was like, I want to do that. I want to make it so other people cry, like, when I play piano, you know, other than just me, you know, because that's usually what happens. So I did that, and I started doing improvisationary. Is that improvisation? Whatever, something improvisation in piano, because in the end I decided that learning to play the notes just wasn't worth it when you can just play the notes yourself, you know. And also I can't memorize the sheet music, so there's that. But like, yeah, I brought that into the pony community, and I guess I would say if it weren't for the pony community, I wouldn't be making EDM, because that's when I met most of my my early influences in EDM. Actually, it's because of you guys that I got into like other artists, because I'm like, oh man, you know, like, you know, oh, Skrillex is actually a thing. It's not a joke. Well, the way you guys talk about him, it just sounds like a joke. So, but yeah. So hang on, what's the second of how long did I take? For my piano pieces, sometimes it literally takes as much, like, you guys, like, it's like 4 minutes to listen to. That's literally how long it took me to play, because it's improvisation. So like, I just go through and like slap on a reverb and it's there. For my EDM songs, like, it depends. Like, I work on them on and off. Actively working on them roughly 15 to 25 hours. But like, if you look at like in like real time, it can go from anywhere from, like, the track I dropped yesterday was made within 24 hours, while like the track, not trap, I don't make trap. The track that the track that that's still unreleased, that I did not drop, that one clock, like, I spent like, what, 3/4 of a year, because like during winter break, I cried breaking down because I was like, I can't do this. It was bad, but I got better.
Aww. I ship it. Let's see. I've been in the Super Eurobeat series, and some of those tracks got into Initial D. And a lot of these were right about when I found this weird fandom on what will remain an unnamed image board about some Technicolor equines. And about January 2011, I'm tempted to say, someone was like, oh, we need a remix of this song. And I was already making a lot of music at the time. They were looking for the vocals extracted from Evil Enchantress. I had the technology. I failed miserably. So I was like, oh, you know, I'll make a remix just for fun. So I was already doing a lot of music, a lot of Eurobeat stuff, like a decent amount of time before Ponies were unveiled upon the public. Back when Seth the Stowe was still a Trixie role player. We love you, Seth. No hard feelings. I've never just done pony stuff. I've been active in many other communities, particularly Toho, Initial D, several video games. So I will say that the pony fandom has given me sort of the ability to do shows, the ability to actually get out there as more than just a producer name. I'm grateful for that. Like, obviously, I would have been happy just with whatever, but the fact that it's come this far is definitely, I attribute that to the fandom so far. As for length of time it takes for a track, My remix of Fluttershy's Lullaby took less than a day. Gone was a project file from a year before I actually released it, kind of on and off. Discord took several months after, and then several renditions. So it really depends on how I feel about the track. You mean my remix of my remix of Tombstone? Luna Discord. All right, I think that's everyone, right? All right.
Hi, everybody. I applaud you all for being awake and making mouth noises somehow. What's your favorite convention grub?
What?
Favorite convention food?
Convention. Do drinks count?
Yeah. Does anybody want a bologna sandwich? I want a bologna sandwich. I've got 3. Come get them. Get them while they're
Now with 4 courses is the end.
So what, favorite convention food? Well, considering this is TrotCon, TrotCon. Dude, the tots here. TrotCon? TrotCon, yes. Pop-Tarts.
A con is not incomplete without me eating pizza of some sort from somewhere.
There's this area in the hotel lobby where when you walk in it makes a little dinging noise, and then you can buy food there. So I bought a bunch of fig Newtons. I think we went to Subway a few times. It was great.
Favorite con food? Fireball whiskey.
I think we know how much you like that. Soda, I don't know. Food, that's not a food. Does that count?
Beverages count.
It's got calories.
Nutter butter, I don't know.
I'm gonna have to give a big one up to Subway because me and Next Gen ate there like 1,000 times. It's just right there.
Yo, big up to the cup noodle people. I love cup noodles. Ramen is like the best thing ever. Dude, I ate like 20 cup noodles yesterday. It was so good. I made it with the coffee pots.
How are you still walking?
I like bologna and cheese sandwich.
Don't say.
Tim Hortons is pretty good, and also coffee. That's not a food, but that
It counts.
it's
Beverages count.
okay. Good coffee and donuts.
Monster Energy drink. It's what gave me the energy last night. I need one right now. You didn't offer it to me. Nor did anybody Larson. Oh!
That joke was retired. Wow.
Authentic Chinese fried rice.
Really? I'm torn between Red Bull and salads. I'm gonna be the hippie here. I keep forgetting to have fresh greens whenever I do these things, and I like having fresh greens because it keeps me alive away from there and not throwing up. I know, right? Yeah.
Have you ever had seaweed?
Yes.
No.
Well, and I'm here Northwest. I'll bring you some seaweed. I've got like so much seaweed.
I'll pass. Thank you, though. That works.
I think any vocalist is going to be understanding here. My favorite thing at conventions, because the only thing I really go for at conventions, cough drops and throat tea, dude. Cough drops and throat tea. That's all. Which reminds me, I should probably eat. Since I haven't done that.
Wait, hang on. Next one.
What?
I don't think I brought them all.
Oh
no! Cough drops. Just
please,
something, anything.
please email your cough drops to
Please don't need to pay
Thanks.
All right. Let's take our next question.
All right, this is for all my homies up there. This is actually a real one coming your way this time, not trolling. Yo, so what annoys you the most in music? Two-part. And what do you do on stage when something goes wrong?
Okay. So, I think the only thing that could really go wrong for me is like if I mess up like a lyric and I go that. You know, it works. It works. What was the first part? Oh, what annoys me most about music? Reverb. Too much reverb on vocals. I will. We get very passionate about our reverb on vocals, guys. And I swear, if you guys keep doing it, there's gonna be problems.
What annoys me in terms of making music, it's just when I have everything down and it just doesn't click. Like, I've been really down on what I've been producing lately. It's like, oh, this sounds like everything I've ever done ever forever. Down the trash. When it comes to live performances, when something goes wrong, well, I just kind of keep going with it. Like last night, I had a complete botching of, when I played Luna, that completely messed up. So I just kind of rolled with it. I kind of rolled it back. Okay, carry on. The show must go on. Just as best you can. You just do what you can to get back to where you were. You pick yourself up. Most people don't notice unless it's obvious, like when a transition goes wrong or when everything actually stops. But that's how I tend to deal with when stuff goes wrong during a performance.
But yeah, in terms of what, well, I mean, obviously, like, I have the same problem with Travis, like, once in a while, because as musicians, like, it's kind of hard to have everything going so smoothly. In terms of what I do not like in terms, like, related to music is, I'm sorry if this is any of you, that some people just seems to give other people crap for listening to certain types of music. Like, oh, you listen to, like, what, Kesha or something? Like, you listen to Kesha, or, like, you listen to Skrillex, or, like, you listen to, like, Kanye West, like, okay, maybe that. No, but yeah, you don't have to like it, like, you don't have to like the musician as a human being, but you can enjoy his music. Like, the music is what matters, and if you don't like it, fine. Like, you don't like it, but you don't have to say, like, this is the scourge of, like, humanity, like, art music has gone down, this is the end of the world. Look, people have been saying that stuff since 15th century, maybe even back in the Greeks. Like, that has happened for a long time. Now, in terms of, what's the second part? What happens if you mess up? I have to say it, but, like, music is a performance art. In performance, if you mess up, you pretend it didn't happen, or, like, you pretend that you intended for it to happen. That is damage control. That is what you do in improvisation. You have to do that thing to make it seem like you have it perfect, which you do if you manage to control it like that. So that's what I do. I mess up a lot. I just pretend like I intended to it, and everyone's like, man, you're so good, when actually I do not do anything.
The one thing I hate the most about making music is whenever I'm uninspired to make.
I hear, and I'm laughing. He'll find it later, and he'll be like, what?
S'mores? Drum inspirations from S'mores.
Hey, dude. Aftermath. I love you.
Smash Mouth.
Skrillex inspired me to start writing music. Daft Punk inspired me to keep writing music, but I love listening to, like, Dioro. Dioro is pretty good. Yeah, let's get a rave going right now.
With progressive house, my main influences are Archie and Avicii, because I'm so original. And with electro house, Hardwell, pretty much. Hardwell, TJR, no, not Dyro. Joel Fletcher, Reese Lowe, and Dioro.
In terms of my piano music, I believe I already said the cheesy Korean drama openings. That's actually no. I am not kidding. Like that is exactly where I got that from. I learned to play like 3 openings, and I'm like, I think I got the formula down, and I'd say I did pretty well like that. But in terms of electronic music, because I'd say I'm pretty new to EDM production. I don't actually have like a lot of songs by like a certain producer. In fact, like going by song count, the most like the biggest album I essentially have, or the biggest collection by one thing, one group. One group is actually Balloon Party. So I guess that's where I got my start, but like it's essentially like whatever inspires me like the most recently. Like recently I've been getting into a lot of like Melbourne bounce. So I've been listening to a lot of it. So you might expect a track sometime next century.
Initial D, DDR, Super Eurobeat, Oingo Boingo, Earth, Wind and Fire, Kraftwerk. Let's see. Recently, some Venetian snares, because that stuff is crazy. Not sure if that's an influence yet, but I've recently found their stuff, and wow. Let's see what else. Little bit of Devo. I prefer Boingo to Devo, though. I'd say those are some of the biggest influences. Oh, Stevie Wonder. Another one that drove me to start making music. What? I'm going to pass the mic and continue to glare at you.
Yo, lightning list. Let's start with the basics. Eminem, Tupac, Childish Gambino, Tyler the Creator, and Lauren Faust. Air horns and Madoka Kaname. Bass monokami.
Mike would have said that if he was here. I think that's everybody. Did everyone give their influences? All right, next question. 10 minutes. We got maybe one more question unless we keep our answers short. One more.
Upcoming projects and ETA to their release.
Funny. Upcoming projects. Okay, so funny thing. I announced that I was doing a track with Taps and Rhymeflow yesterday called Another Mare, and he released it today. So go check that out. 15 Taps. What else? This thing with Knife Pony and this guy that you heard yesterday. Thing with Mogul Dash and Glaze. Other than that, yeah, I know. Other than that, I have my Uma Monogatari EP, which means horse story, by the way. Uma Monogatari. It means Uma Monogatari. Screw you. It means horse story. Anyways, I have 4 tracks on there. Eiley Monty's going to be on there. That's an announcement. Yay.
I have some more Toho stuff in the works. Not much. An actual Eurobeat label, SCP Music, is working on a remix of Discord. And I'm looking forward to that when it comes out. They're the label that I've wanted to work with for some time. And I'm probably going to be dropping that at a future con whenever they get that done. Not much in the way of future projects other than those. I don't know. I've been trying to get some more. I've been trying to make some bangers. I'm selling out. I just got to figure out some sound design. So other than Toho stuff and the SCP material and obviously the new Knife Pony track, not much on the way. Actually, Mike and I've been chatting with a few people. No, I'm not sure if I can announce that one actually. But yeah.
Yeah, during my set I dropped 2 unreleased tracks. One, it's probably gonna be released sometime next week. It's the one with the Renaissance music in it. Because I made it for TrotCon because Renaissance. No, but the other one is actually gonna be part of my EP, yet unannounced, and of course, obviously unreleased. Actually, I should release something unannounced. Tomorrow. No. I literally have only like 20% of that like EP done, and I want to get it done by summer. So.
Okay. What? Okay. So we have an EP in the works. 4 out of 5 tracks are done. The 5th track is a collaboration with Silverhound, and he actually sent me an updated work in progress last night, and I was supposed to play it, but
The Wi-Fi made it really slow, so we had to like sprint down here, and we're still 10 minutes late to.
No, I blame Silverhound himself because he was being a perfectionist. And yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Silva. I love you, BB. Anyway, so other than that, we have, I should say, a special super secret collaboration that I played last night that I can't announce, but you know what? Yes, I'm collaborating with Skrillex.
Also, we started a track like last night, that one track, and that'll be, and it should be pretty good actually. We're using all stock presets, all silent, all stock. Yeah, that's the only oscillator.
And I'm concerned. Okay. In addition to what we started last night, we also started a really big progressive house track. One that's the one. What did I say to the guy?
Oh right.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that one. Oh.
Okay.
The big one.
Yeah, it's very Alesso inspired. I totally didn't copy Sweet Escape.
I have a collab coming up which came about in an interesting way. I was driving to BronyCon last year and I was almost there. I was like 5 minutes from the city and I really had to pee. Like 3 Red Bulls had to pee. And so I'm just like, okay, my GPS says 5 minutes. I just gotta work through this. Just don't think about it. So then I pass a water park. And then I drive over like the harbor. And then I see a sign, it's just a billboard that says, hey, drink more water. So I finally get to the Radisson, I run in and they're like, hey, are you checking in? And I just run past them, I go straight to the bathroom. And so I'm peeing. Feels great, man. And who do I see next to me but Mando Pony? And I say, dude, I thought you weren't even coming to BronyCon. And he looks at me and he just goes, shh, and he disappeared into a cloud of glitter. That story was a lie. I made it all up. I don't even know Mando Pony.
Okay, I got some like unreleased stuff I'm doing with Next Gen. Spellbinder, yo, about to drop that soon. Bow Bow. Doing some stuff with Lily and Feather. And I'm working on like a little album, like a couple stuff, like an EP. I'm doing like more acoustic, like rock stuff. I want to get back into doing that. And then me and Aftermath are finally doing something. #AfterSmore. We're finally doing a collab that hopefully get done. But yeah, got some stuff coming out.
Yeah, I have a lot of things I'm working on. Nothing specifically noteworthy, but we'll have some secret stuff working on. That'll be fun. But yeah, I love the song.
Yeah, quick answer. Sorry, we got me and Burgess are gonna make sticky trance.
Yeah, sticky trance. #sticky trance.
No,
All night long.
I made that up.
I'm working on a song with Fritzy B, who is not here, but he's an awesome singer, and I'm working on a song with Next Gen and Glaze. So that'll be pretty cool once Glaze gets back to me. And it's gonna have a video done by Melothrome, who makes awesome PMVs. What? Oh, our unannounced collab that we haven't even talked about is gonna go down. So yeah, me and S'mores.
Me and Aftermath, we're working on this post-apocalyptic Rainbow Dash track. And Seventh Element said that he would collab with me, which is really cool.
I have several new projects in the works, but they're kind of on the down low, so.
Okay, like a few weeks ago, I just released a double disc Fallout Equestria concept album. That's post-rock, ambient, and orchestral. And with me, I have physical copies just to let you know, because we didn't get a vendor hall table, so. And I'm leaving like right after this panel, so if you want one. Okay, it's $15. Okay, not now. Okay, we'll do it after the panel. Okay, just to let you know about that. I plan on releasing some kind of EP at some point, hopefully with stupid acid music.
Acid is not stupid. You take that back.
No, the acid that I make is stupid. It's goofy.
You make it not stupid. You take that back too.
Okay, fine. Fine. I was starting to write an EP about Baltimore with acid. Yeah. It's called Baltimore EP. There's a fedora on the cover. It's great. Okay, no, but I have that and probably a bunch of collabs with some of these nerds. I really need to collab with it's people, stuff. I don't collab with enough people, I'm sorry. And I maybe should do a remix or something.
You're my hero now. You're putting a fedora on your
Dude, no, it's from a picture that was taken at BronyCon of me and my cutie mark as a gun, but this guy is like way far in the background, and he's like, he was there. It's perfect, sorry.
I get a lot more ideas for EPs more than I actually work on music for EPs. So, for the stuff that... Yeah, I know, right? No, but for the stuff I'm actually working on, I have another song about Luna that will hopefully be coming out in the next couple weeks. I need to see if I can contact a vocalist. There's a couple others that I've had in the works for a really long time that I think I'm finally going to be finishing. Supposedly I have a collab with this dude and with Knife Pony, which hopefully I will get ideas for, but hopefully I'll start releasing music again, so that'll be good.
I love you.